Hello everyone, come on in. Come on into this broadcast, this pop-up broadcast that is much needed for any witch who might be struggling as the year comes to a close. Come on in. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what every witch needs to do before the brand new year comes rushing at us. We are a little bit less of a week away from 2022. 2021 may not have been great for many people, but what has happened to those people in 2021 will not be brought into the new year for witches into 2022. It might happen to them because they are not witches. They may be going through tragic, I can't even talk, I'm so excited. They may be going through tragic events, being down in the gutter, being down and broke in the gutter, but that won't happen to us because we are witches. Yes, I am always going to glorify witches. I'm so excited I can't even talk. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Whenever I'm talking about witches and witchcraft and Hikate, anything supernatural and paranormal, I just get so excited. I misstep words, I mispronounce words because I'm so excited for you guys to be here. What every single witch needs to do before the new year is to start putting real world action behind every single spell, ritual, hex, or curse that you have done. I said this before. If you do nothing, you will have nothing. Witchcraft works when you add your strength to the deity, the god or goddess, Hikate, anything supernatural that you are working alongside as an equal. When you do real world action. This year hasn't been great to the people who are not witches. Too bad, so sad. And no, I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. I mean that. Too bad, so sad. And no, I am not being sarcastic when I say that. I mean that. What happened to them in 2021 will not happen to witches in 2022. Because in 2022, witches are finally going to get it through their thick skulls and stop being so stubborn and actually put real world action behind their spell work. If you want the change, if you want the real, significant, and more importantly, permanent, positive change, you are going to put real world action behind it. Real world action behind it. If you do nothing, if you piss away these last few days of 2021, you will be right back where you are right now. You will repeat 2021. This is not a word for every witch, because not every witch can handle the truth. Not every witch wants to hear the truth. Some witches actually love being down in the gutter. Some witches actually love misery, chaos. But that won't be you, though. That can't be you, because witches don't normally repeat cycles. Witches don't continue to have generational curses in their families. I said this before. Only a witch can break a generational curse. Do you want that generational curse to go into 2022? Of course you don't. No witch wants a generational curse or curses to go into 2022. Because you are just going to be repeating the same shit that you went through this year. There will be no change because you did not do any real world action. What you need to do before 2021 comes to a close is all of those spells, rituals, hexes, and curses that you have currently on the back burner. You need to put real world action behind it. I talked about how to put real world action behind hexes and curses. You do that by continuously giving negative thoughts to your enemies, constantly wishing the worst for them. Constantly wishing the worst for them. You know, using the gods and the goddesses and the deities and the ancestors, more importantly the ancestors, because your ancestors will always have your back. Keep that in mind. Your ancestors will always have your back. Always. and adding their strength to those hexes and curses to take your enemies completely out. I'm talking about D-E-A-D, dead. I'm not talking about a spiritual death here, witches. I'm talking about a physical death sometimes. A physical death. Oh, I can't use witchcraft to kill someone. Why not? If somebody won't stop, you have to make them stop supernaturally. And there's no shame in it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about or feel bad about. Because if somebody has been told up front, face to face, keeping it real, that their behavior is causing chaos in your family and they continue to do it, then you have to punish them. That's why I am a big endorser of hexes and curses. Because witches have the right to protect themselves. Too many witches are giving your enemies love and light. Your enemies do not need love and light. Your enemies do not need love and light. That's why you can't get the breakthrough. Because you have gone soft. You have gone soft. The hexes and curses you have on the back burner that you have set to the side because you're hoping your enemies will back off of you, and it's been 6 months, 10 months, the entire year, and they have not yet backed up off of you. It's time to put those hexes and curses into the real world so that they hit your enemies. Oh, you're so focused on enemies, high priestess. No. I've said this before, and I will always say this. Some witches stand for too much. Some witches stand for too much, and they are not giving enough back to their enemies. I said this before. You have to speak to people in a language that they can understand. You can't talk to me in French and expect me to understand you. I don't speak French. I only speak English. It has to be the same way with your enemies. You have to speak to them in a language that you understand. And the reason why I'm going so hard on your enemies is because I get so many messages and comments of witches who have enemies that won't relent, that won't back off, that won't back down. And they're not getting the breakthrough because they're letting the enemies get away with too much. That's why I talk about it so much. That's why I talk about witches hexing people and cursing people. Because they are letting their enemies get away with too much on the notion that they should send their enemies love and light. No. For what? No, I'm seriously asking you guys. For what? If somebody smacks you in the face, are you going to send them love and light? When you smack their teeth out of their mouths, I would never let somebody hit me and go on their merry way. There is no going anywhere. You're not walking away. There's no walking. Ever again. The spells and rituals you have on the back burner for prosperity, for property, for marriage, for a booty call. Let's keep it real. For a booty call. Okay? Because some witches just do set spells just to get the dick or the pussy, which is fine. It's fine if you just want a booty call. Okay? I love dick too. Okay? Those spells and rituals you have on the back burner need your attention before 2021 comes to a close. You know what you have to do. Your intuition, the deities, the gods, the goddesses, Hecate, your ancestors, anything supernatural that you have worked alongside already told you what to do. It's about you trusting that inner voice. Even if you have no idea, I said this before. Even if you have no idea how it's going to get done, you have to take the first step. You have to do something for something to change. If you do nothing, you will have nothing. Too many people become witches and think that's it. That That's all they need to call themselves, a witch, and then they get all these blessings from Hecate and the deities and the gods and goddesses and ancestors and spirit animals and familiars that they work alongside, and that's it. No, you have to put work behind your spells, rituals, hexes, and curses. There has to be some meat. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, witches? You have to do something. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to be the first one to make that move so the deities that you work alongside will see that you are putting real world action and actually putting an effort into it, so they can add their strength to your own, so you can see that spell, ritual, hex, or curse manifest in this 3D reality. You have to. Don't let the same spells and rituals, hexes, and curses that you have on the back burner be there in 2022. Because you're going to find yourself in a cycle, doing the same spell over and over again. When you have spells, rituals, hexes, and curses on the back burner that you have left incompleted. You have to complete those spells, rituals, hexes, and curses that you have on the back burner. Because the deities, the gods, the goddesses, Hecate, anything supernatural that you work alongside is going to take notice that every time you do a spell, ritual, hex, or curse, you don't finish it. You have to finish what you start. You can't just start a spell and say, oh, I'll come back to it. And now it's been 4 months since you have gone back to it. What have you been doing for 4 months? You have not been doing anything. That spell has been on the back burner for 4 months, waiting, sometimes even coming to you in dreams and visions, and seeing signs, hearing it in random conversations that, hey, you have me on the back burner. You have me, this spell over here. Hello, how you doing? That needs to be completed. Too many witches have spells on the back burner that are incomplete, and that's why they can't get the breakthrough, because they have not finished what they have started. And worse yet, some of those witches have not even begun to add real world action to manifest those spells. The spells, rituals, hexes, and curses that you have on the back burner, they want to be completed. They don't want to be dragged into 2022, because you know what happens when that happens? You are also dragging the energy that you try to dispel, that negative energy of poverty, that negative energy of being dirt poor, that negative energy of being homeless into 2022. You don't want to bring that into a brand new year, because that sucks. Let's keep it real here, all right? Let's tell the truth. Let's just say it just like this. Let's call it what it is. It sucks. A lot. But that won't be you, though. From Hecate's ears, from Hecate's mouth to your ears, you will complete what you have started. You will complete those spells, rituals, hexes, and curses that you have on the back burner. They will not go undone. You do witchcraft to dispel negative energy in some area of your life. You may be currently unemployed, and you did a spell to get a job, but you haven't finished it yet. That's why you're unemployed, because you have not finished that job spell that is currently on the back burner. Go finish it. Oh, I don't have time. Make time then. Make time. You have time. If you're serious, you will make time. I don't care if you have 15 kids, 15 jobs. I don't care. Make the time. You either make the time or you make excuses. There is no excuse for why a spell has been on the back burner incomplete for 6 months. That makes no sense. There is no way to rationalize that whatsoever. Finish it. Do not try to bring spells from 2021 into 2022 and say, oh, I'm ready to complete it. No, that energy has gone. That energy has gone. How long do you think you can hold energy and use it to your favor? You can't hold it for very long. That's why when you light that candle, that signifies that the energy has been released. Did you know that? Did you know that? Now, I'm asking a serious question. Did you know that? That's why you can't get the breakthrough. That's why you can't get the breakthrough. That's why you can't get the breakthrough. Whatever spells you have on the back burner right now at this very hour, finish them. Finish them. Make the time. If you're serious about having real significant and permanently positive change in your lives, witches, make the time. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. Because you will have those excuses ready for 2022 as to why you have more spells, rituals, hexes, and curses on the back burner. On top of the spells, rituals, hexes, curses that you had from this year. You can complete it. You can make the time, or you can make an excuse. The choice is always yours. The choice is always the witch's choice to make. Always. Always. What you need to do before 2021 comes to a close is to work on those spells, rituals, hexes, or curses that you have put on the back burner for 4 months, 6 months, the whole 12 months, the whole year. What is it doing? What is that money spell doing on the back burner for 7 months? Do you not want the money? Do you not believe that you deserve the money or worthy of the money or that the money can actually come? Well, all of that is going to actually be true if you do nothing with that money spell. Simple as that. It's really not that difficult. It's really not that difficult to understand. It's not. So this is what every single witch needs to do before the new year. Give your undivided attention to those spells you have put on the back burner because they are ready and waiting on you, the witch, to complete it. They can't, the spells you have on the back burner, they can't do nothing without your involvement. You have to do something. You have to do something. You have to do something in the physical. That's why it's called witchcraft. C-R-A-F-T, craft. Craft means to create something with your hands. You know, doing something physical. Doing something in the real world. Real world action. Mind blown, witches. Mind blown. Did you catch that? That's what that means. That's what that means. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. This is what you need to do before the new year. So I'm going to leave this up for the replay for anybody that may have missed it. Be sure to share this broadcast with any witch so that they know what they need to do before the new year so they are not stuck in limbo, stuck in this cycle of doing nothing while they have spells on the back burner that is ready to be completed. So thank you guys. I did not take up too much of your time tonight because I just get straight to the point when I speak. So I will see you guys on social media, and please share this broadcast with any witch that needs this word. It was unedited, it was unfiltered, it was raw, it was real, it was all that, and it needs to be shared with every single witch before 2021 comes to a close. So thank you everyone for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye everyone.